The world thinks children are inconvenient. Very often, children are seen as a burden. Because of that, many are aborted. Others are just abandoned to their fate. The orphan care crisis is immense. In the world, over 163 million children have lost one or both parents. Every 18 seconds, another child becomes an orphan without a mother or father. At least 16.2 million children worldwide have lost both parents. Every 14 seconds, a child loses a parent due to the AIDS crisis. If only 7% of the 2 billion professing Christians in the world would care for a single orphan, looking after the child in their distress, there would effectively be no more orphans. We each can do something about that.
It is meant to help our people care for orphans, really, and we want for it to be a community in which everyone can support each other, and families that are more experienced can support other families and guide them through the process. And there is emotional support, and there's spiritual support, and there's just caring for one another as they try to love these kids, as they try to do foster care, as they try to do adoption, as they engage in what the Lord has motivated us to do because of our own adoption in Christ.
Grace for Orphans is it's a outreach ministry, but it's really missions ministry here at Grace. And we use Grace for Orphans to help for foster care, for adoption, families hopefully that need respite or emergency care, those kinds of things. And it's a way for us to funnel some of those kinds of help that we can give to families here at Grace or in some cases families in the community.
Even growing up, I've always had a passion to work with just kids and people from hard places, and it just really opened up a whole new world for me of the need, and I've continued to see that in different places and just see that ultimately the kids that are in foster care or that are needing adoptive homes are just kids, and God has a heart for them, and so we as a church should have a heart for them.
It's so wonderful to have these children in our home and to get the privilege of loving them and their birth families. But it's even deeper than that. The reality is that it's worth it because of Christ. If his heart is for orphans and his heart is for the lost, then that's where our heart is as his children.
We feel compelled because God gave up his own son, and Christ gave up all of himself, his whole life, to redeem us, that we feel compelled to follow him in that, pick up our cross and follow him, and reach out to these kids. And if that means foster care to redeem a child to their family, or adoption to give them a family, we will do that.
It isn't perfect. There is a lot of loss that comes with it, both on the children who are being adopted. They've lost their birth family, and they've lost the connection really to their history. But it's really awesome to be able to start a new history and a new way and a new path for them.
If you feel like God is pulling on your heart to consider foster care or adoption, look into it. It was not something, like she said, it was not something that I was necessarily that interested in to begin with, but God had other plans, and so consider it if you have any notion that you might be interested, because there is lots of need.
Nobody can do everything in these ministries, but everybody can do something. We can come alongside and we can serve. We don't have to, and we can't meet all the needs of everyone, but we can meet some of the needs of some. And so that's just the beautiful privilege of what foster care ministry and adoption ministry offers to even those who aren't engaged in fostering and adoption.
I would like to invite you to an information luncheon that we're going to be holding April 24th after the second service. And at that luncheon, we will talk about how you can be involved not only with Grace for Orphans, but for those that would like to be involved with emergency care and respite care. And if there are some of you that have been certified already but need to get your home licensed, how we can go about doing that and helping you get that done. So we'd like to invite any and everybody that would be interested, April 24th, right after the second service in room 222.